Welcome to our tutorial on organizing our content for effective online learning. Today we'll be talking about how exactly to structure your content in your Moodle course so that it is the most effective layout, the most approachable and usable layout for your online course students. It's very easy for online instructors to fall into the trap of thinking about content the way that we would from an instructor perspective and organizing it similarly, usually by content type. We might put all of our lecture notes into one topic, all of our homeworks into another, all of our exams into another, and so forth. This makes sense from the instructor perspective, but from a student perspective can actually be fairly daunting, as they're constantly having to refer back to the syllabus or course schedule to figure out which homework, which lecture readings they might need on a given week in the class. A far better approach is to organize your content into modules or units that have a very consistent flow. This allows your students to easily identify when they've completed one topic and are ready to move on to the next. Usually these modules lead with the static content, your lecture videos, any kind of readings that they might want to take in, and then moves on to more dynamic activities, whether it's discussions, submitted problems, or short quizzes to review the material. You may not necessarily have a topic in Moodle for every single lecture, but having one for each larger unit or larger subject can help organize things in a way that makes more sense to your students. As a general rule, every time that you would come to an assessment, whether it's a short quiz, an exam, or a homework, that's usually a good time to end that particular topic module. A second issue that sometimes comes up in online courses is what our students often refer to as the scroll of death. When you start adding content and lecture materials and other items to your course, the page can get extremely long very, very quickly. Luckily, there are a number of ways to combat this within Moodle. One of the easiest ways is to add a folder to your Moodle course. Anytime you find yourself adding more than, say, 3 files to a particular topic, it's usually time to switch and add a folder instead. If you have a number of lecture notes, a number of case studies, or something associated with a particular unit, add it to a folder, perhaps called lecture notes. That way students can click on it, they can actually download it in a single click, as opposed to having to download each file individually. It will also save on scrolling time once they've moved on to future units within the course. You can also choose to condense multiple readings inside a little bit more of a structured layout using what's called an NC State book. This is a bit more of an advanced tool that allows you to craft essentially a web page inside of your course where you can interweave readings and activities, links, and other things like that in a bit more of an active format. If you're curious about using the NC State book and want to know more, contact us at TCO. We'd be happy to sit down with you for some one-on-one training. There is one last tool that will help you restructure an existing course into a more modular format without having to click and drag each individual item into the new structure. There's an added block called the Mass Actions block that will allow you to affect multiple items within your course at once. To add it, first turn editing on, then on the left-hand side in this navigational window, scroll to the bottom, hopefully your list won't be nearly as long as ours, and click on Add a Block. You'll find the Mass Actions block in the list. With the Mass Actions block added to your course, checkboxes will now appear out to the right of every single item in your course. You can select multiple items within a given topic in your course, say if you have all of your homeworks within the same topic, and then choose the Move to Section icon to take them to a different topic unit and break them out in a flow that more closely matches your course schedule and syllabus. And that's it. Organizing your content effectively for a DE audience is all about structure and making sure that the flow matches what's already in your syllabus and schedule. If you have any questions or run into trouble reorganizing your content into a more effective format and layout, please contact us at TCO. We'd be happy to help you in any way that we can.